Coming up, the government shutdown is greatly impacting air travel.
Former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez is facing charges.
And SUNY Plattsburgh is initiating Project Clothesline.
All that plus weather, entertainment, and sports coming up on PS News.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Grant Hockmuth.
And I'm Alina Landetta. Thanks for joining us.
The effects of government shutdown continue to ripple across the country, and many air travelers are feeling the impact. Air traffic controllers and other federal aviation staff are considered essential workers, meaning they're still on the job but not getting paid. The strain is showing reports of sickouts, and staffing shortages have surged at air traffic controller facilities nationwide. On Monday night, 12 FAA facilities experienced shortages, including one in Burbank, California, where the control tower was temporarily shut down. Without a staffed tower, flights had to operate under visual flight rules, procedures normally used at small, untowered airports, causing delays of more than 2.5 hours. As the government shutdown enters its 9th day today, the Senate still has not reached an agreement on funding bill to reopen federal agencies.
Former NFL quarterback turned Fox analyst Mark Sanchez is recovering after being stabbed Saturday in Indianapolis. Police say the 38-year-old was arrested at the hospital and initially charged with 3 misdemeanors, but on Monday, prosecutors announced a level 5 felony charge of battery resulting in serious bodily injury. That charge carries a possible sentence of 1 to 6 years in prison. Investigators say Sanchez approached a 69-year-old man in a hotel loading dock and got into an altercation over a parked truck. The confrontation escalated, ending with Sanchez being stabbed. Sanchez was in Indianapolis to call Sunday's Colts-Raiders game for Fox Sports. The former New York Jet was the 5th overall pick in the 2009 NFL Draft and led the team to back-to-back AFC Championship games. Many fans also remember his infamous butt fumble from 2012. Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears called the incident a tragic example of an argument that never should have happened. Sanchez's first court date will be in November as the investigation continues.
Another country is considering a social media ban for younger children. Denmark's prime minister says mobile phones and online platforms are, quote, stealing our children's childhood. She says too much screen time is impacting focus, learning, and mental health, leading to rising rates of anxiety and depression among young people. The Danish government is now exploring age restrictions and possible school phone bans as part of a national plan to reduce social media use in children under 16. Denmark isn't alone in taking action. Norway is also weighing a similar ban, and lawmakers in Australia have already passed legislation blocking social media access for anyone under 16. The movement is part of a wider global trend aimed at limiting tech's impact on childhood development. Meanwhile, platforms like TikTok and Meta are pushing back, running ads and campaigns that claim their apps could be used as educational and creative tools.
A California jury has ordered Johnson & Johnson to pay $966 million in its latest talcum powder lawsuit. The verdict comes after the company was found liable in a case claiming its baby powder products caused cancer. The family of May Moore, who died from a rare form of cancer, filed the lawsuit arguing that the company's talc powder was contaminated with asbestos, a known carcinogen. Johnson & Johnson has repeatedly denied that claim, maintaining that its products are safe and do not contain asbestos. The company stopped selling its talc-based baby powder 2 years ago after facing tens of thousands of similar lawsuits nationwide. According to court documents, $950 million of the verdict was for punitive damages and $16 million for compensatory damages. Johnson & Johnson says it plans to appeal the decision. This is one of the largest talc-related verdicts against the company to date.
Plattsburgh International Airport is getting nearly $2 million in new federal funding, part of a statewide investment secured by New York Senators Chuck Schumer and Christian Gillibrand. The airport says the funds will go toward security upgrades, including new cameras and access to control systems and doors and gates. Airport Director Chris Craig says the improvements will help officials better monitor movement throughout the facility and keep the airport in compliance with TSA regulations. Clinton County officials say the project will also give passengers more confidence in their safety while traveling. In total, Schumer and Gillibrand announced more than $66 million funding for 22 airports across New York. Local leaders say the investment doesn't just strengthen security in Plattsburgh, but also helps ensure safer flights nationwide. Craig added that some of the funding will also go toward upgrading infrastructure at the airport.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and SUNY Plattsburgh is marking it with a series of events to honor survivors and promote prevention. The Title IX office is hosting the Clothesline Project throughout the first week of October, inviting students, faculty, and staff to design t-shirts that represent experiences or support for survivors of violence. Each color has a meaning: white for those who lost their lives, red and pink for sexual assault survivors, and purple for those targeted because of their sexual orientation. The shirts will be displayed in the Angel College Center all month long, creating a visual reminder of how violence impacts the campus community. Title IX Coordinator Kim Erland says the goal is to spark conversation, show solidarity, and help people recognize the signs of violence in their own lives or communities. We'll be back with a look at your weather after this break. Stay tuned.
Right in the heart of downtown Plattsburgh, you can find an old vintage tee, a pair of retro Jordans, even a bunch of bottleheads at a low discounted price. At Jam Vintage USA, they strive to create an eclectic collection of vintage clothing from the 60s all the way through the 90s.
All right, so my name is Jake Martineau. I'm the owner here at Jam Vintage. Some of the things that I really enjoy selling here are just kind of graphic t-shirts because there's such a wide range of things that you can have on a t-shirt, whether it be a sports team or a musician or a place that somebody went to. I think that people can really come in and find a shirt that resonates with them, and that is really cool to me, which I think is something that the community of Plattsburgh is also appreciated as well, having somewhere where they can go and shop for something that is individual and not, the same garment that somebody else can buy at the mall.
You can find this place at 12 Brinklehurst Street in Plattsburgh, New York, open from 11 to 5 p.m. Thursday through Sunday.
Welcome. I'm your PS News meteorologist Jonah Biggerfloor, and we're going to look at your local weather today. Lots of 50s across the board, so might be hearing me saying 56. So here we go. We got 56 in Owl's Head, we got 56 in Vermontville, as in Danmora we got as if another 56. As Sable Forks got a little 59, we broke the streak here, but we're going to come back with another 56. Yeah, another 56 is going wild here. As we head over to Vermont, it's really just going to be here another 56 degrees, and Williston is another 58. So now we're going to read down the 5-day forecast now. Let's bring it up. All right, cool. The thing of weather is very good today as a very cool thing of fall. So welcome to fall, everyone. This is the most of the 12 seasons of weather in New York. We got Friday at 56 degrees as a cloudy as another 56. Yes, 61 degrees on Saturday. On the weekends are really cool, going at 60s, still staying strong. The 60s are staying strong. As Sunday is going to be partly cloudy and sunny is going to be another 62. As we headed back towards your weekday, 58 degrees and partly cloudy, and another on there 61 on Tuesday with partly clouds. All right, well, that is all for your weather. Let's turn over to the desk with entertainment.
Thank you, Jonah. Good afternoon, Plattsburgh. I'm Grant Hockmuth. Let's take a look at what's happening in Hollywood. Taylor Swift isn't letting the noise drown out her melody, even as her new era sparks plenty of debate. Just a week after dropping her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, the pop icon is opening up about the mixed reaction from fans and critics. In a new interview on the Zane Lowe Show for Apple Music, Swift said she, quote, welcomes the chaos when it comes to how people feel about her new music, saying she's learned to embrace both the good, the bad, and the ugly. The release has dominated social media and sparked conversation among fans around the world, with some praising its theatrical sound, while others claim certain tracks sound strikingly similar to songs by other artists. But if Swift's comments are any indication, she's not losing any sleep over the criticism, saying it's all part of the show. Swift is set to perform songs from The Life of a Showgirl live for the first time next month, when her Eras Tour resumes in Tokyo. Original artwork by late TV host painter Bob Ross is set to be auctioned off. Auction house Bonhams announced that 30 of Bob Ross's paintings will go under the hammer at several upcoming sales. The first auction, scheduled for November 11th, will feature 2 signature works, Home in the Valley and Winter's Peace. Proceeds from the sale will support public television stations around the country following recent federal funding cuts. Ross's iconic show, The Joy of Painting, aired on PBS throughout the 1980s and 90s, inspiring millions with his calm demeanor and happy little trees. Bonham says interest in Ross's work has surged in recent years, with some of his originals now fetching hundreds of thousands of dollars. A North Country native is making national waves on one of television's biggest stages. Plattsburgh's own Liam Von Elbe is competing on season 28 of The Voice after a standout blind audition performance on John Mayer's Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Liam chose Niall Horan as his coach and is headed to the battle rounds airing Monday, October 13th. Von Elbe is an audio engineer with Peru, high school grad, grew up singing around campfires with family and friends in the town of Plattsburgh. He says that his love came from music and the support of his hometown helped him reach this moment. 2 coaches turned their chairs during this audition, with Snoop Dogg even praising his composure and talent, and Horan claiming his voice is pure and mesmerizing. Von Elbe has toured as a sound engineer for major artists, including Taylor Swift, Paramore, Katy Perry, but this is his first time stepping into the spotlight as a performer. Von Elbe will compete in the Net Battle Knockouts next week, and locals say they'll be watching closely as he continues his journey on The Voice. That's the latest in entertainment. We'll be right back with more sports updates and after this brief intermission.
Cooking Club is a place where you can do fun food activities with friends. With a variety of different events, Cooking Club has something for everyone to enjoy, whether it's making milkshakes, decorating cookies, or one of the many other activities they have planned here on campus. Cooking Club's mission is to make cooking accessible and fun for everyone, so don't wait. Come down to Cooking Club today and get your grub on.
What's going on in Plattsburgh? I'm Alex Duval. Now let's get right into this week's sports action. The Plattsburgh State men's soccer team earned a crucial conference win Wednesday night, defeating Oneonta 2-1 on the road for their first SUNYAC victory of the season. Facing a team that had beaten them in 5 of the last 7 matchups, the Cardinals continued to reverse the trend following last year's 2-1 win with another strong performance. Plattsburgh struck early. Just 2 minutes in, Jake McGowan cleaned up a loose ball in the box off a short corner for his second goal of the year. The Cardinals made it 2-0 in the 36th minute as first-year Robbie Kapovich laid a pass off to Declan Gallagher, who blasted a shot from outside the box into the top corner for his first career goal. Oneonta cut the lead in half right before the break with a header off a corner from Tommy Cleampus, making it 2-1. But the Cardinals' defense locked in from there, allowing just 2 shots in the second half to seal the win. With the victory, Plattsburgh improves to 6-2-4 overall and 1-2-1 in SUNYAC play. The Cardinals return home tomorrow at 1 p.m. to host Canton on Senior Day. Plattsburgh State women's soccer returned to the win column Wednesday afternoon, defeating Oneonta 2-0 in SUNYAC action at the Fieldhouse Complex. The Cardinals entered the game 2-1 in conference play, looking to rebound after a tough loss to Cortland, and once again, they answered. In a tight first half, both teams took 10 shots, but Plattsburgh controlled possession and created better chances. Sophomore Bailey LaFountain nearly opened the scoring in the 13th minute, hitting the crossbar. The breakthrough finally came in the 40th minute when Lily Kaiser's shot deflected to Sydney Myers, who finished for her team leading 7th goal of the season. Leah Warren doubled the lead in the 58th minute off an assist from first-year Ireland McGowan to make it 2-0. Goalkeeper Desiree Dubois made 7 saves as the Cardinals locked down their 4th shutout of the year. With the win, Plattsburgh improves to 6-6 overall and 3-1 in SUNYAC play. The Cardinals will travel to Canton for their next matchup tomorrow at 1 p.m. Finally, over to football, the Giants pulled off the underdog win Thursday night, taking down the Eagles 34-17 at MetLife Stadium. New York took an early lead when Jackson Dart broke free for a 20-yard run touchdown midway through the first quarter. Later, he found the end zone again on a short pass to wideout Wan'Dale Robinson, putting the Giants up double digits early. But the Eagles responded with back-to-back tush-push scores from Jalen Hurts to cut the lead. But New York regained control before halftime when Cam Scadaboo punched it in from 4 yards out. In the fourth quarter, Cordell Flock came up with a game-changing interception, returning it deep into Eagles territory to set up another Scadaboo touchdown that sealed the deal. The Giants take it 34-17, improving to 2-4 on the season and handing Philadelphia one of its worst losses of the year. Well, that's all that I have for sports this week, Plattsburgh. Now let's get back to the desk.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's edition of PS News.
We're your news anchors, Alina Landetta.
And Grant Hockmuth.
Make sure to stay tuned for the next weekly news update, as well as all of our upcoming shows.
You'll find all of these shows here on our YouTube channel. Also, make sure to check out our Instagram at Plattsburgh State TV. Have a great weekend, Plattsburgh.